Okay, so this is part 2. So here's what we just talked about. Standard form. This is your ax plus by equals c. Standard form. Okay? This also is in standard form because you can rewrite it and put it in that form. That's what we're going to do here in a little bit. This also can be written in standard form because you can rewrite it and put it in that form. You have your ax plus your negative by equals c, ax plus y equals 0. Okay, here are examples when it's not. You cannot multiply your x and your y together. You cannot have an exponent of 3, and you cannot have a denominator with your x or your y. Okay, so tell whether the function is linear. If so, graph the function. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to put it in standard form. Standard form is your ax plus your by equals c. Okay, so we need to get our x and our y together, and we need to isolate 4. That's our c. This is our c. So how do we get rid of a positive 2y? Let's see, x equals 2y plus 4. We're trying to isolate 4, so we want a minus 2y from both sides. Okay, so over here, I have 4. Now, remember on the left side, I want my x first. So it's x minus 2y. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it in standard form. So I have 1x plus, it's plus, so it's plus negative 2y equals 4. Therefore, my a is 1, my b is negative 2, and my c is 4. Okay? Alrighty, so let's see here. So if we have our y, and then we have our, let's see, where's our equation? Our equation is 1x plus negative 2y equals 4. And then right here we need our ordered pair, okay? So let's substitute in negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay. Actually, guys, let's change this to this equation so we can substitute in for y easier, okay? All right, so x equals 2. Y is negative 1. Okay, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2. So my ordered pair here is 2, negative 1. All right, when y is 0, 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 4 is 4. So when y is 0, x is 4. Now let's substitute 1 in for y. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. So x equals 6. And now let's substitute 2 for y. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Okay, so now we have our points. Let's see what I just do there. So we can graph. Okay, so we have positive 2, negative 1. Positive 4, 0. 6, 1. And 8, 2. All right, I'm going to try to draw this line again. Let's see if I can do it today. Okay. All right, tell whether the function is linear. If so, graph the function. All right, so we need to put it in standard form. Your standard form. Can we put this in standard form? Well, your C is by itself. But what are we doing here? We're multiplying the x and the y, and that's something that you cannot do. So it's not linear. Because you're multiplying the x and the y. Okay, tell whether the function is linear. If so, graph the function. All right, so let's get this in standard form. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. Okay, well c is 12. And 1 goes in front of the y. So b is 1. And then what can we do about the ax? What can you add to 1y without changing the value of that? 0. Okay, so that's our identity property of addition. Okay, so you can add 0 to any number without changing that value. So what we can do is have a equals 0 because 0 times x, for lines of x, you know that's 0, is 0. Okay, so because we put this in standard form, it is a linear function. And you can tell right here when we graph it, okay? All right, last one here. An approximate relationship between human years and dog years is given by the function y equals 7x, where x is the number of human years. Graph this function to give us domain and range. Okay, so y equals 7x, so we need to substitute in for x. We're talking about years, so can we have a negative number? We cannot. So let's start with 1, 2, and 3. Substitute 1 in for x, therefore y equals 7. Substitute 2 in for x, y equals 14. Substitute 3 in for x, y equals 21. Okay, we need to graph. Okay, so we have human years, and we have dog years. Okay, so x is the number of human years. X goes from 1, 2, and 3. Y must represent dog years. It goes by 7s. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 7, 14, 21. All right, when a dog is 1 year old, excuse me, when a dog is 7 years old, yep, that's right. So 1 and 7. 2 and 14. And 3 and 21. Okay? So 1 year as a human represents 7 years as a dog. 2 years as a human represents 14 years as a dog. 3 years as a human represents 21 years as a dog. All right, guys, that is it. Have a good one.